What is up, everyone? It is Diecastbuffet here again with a very special late model diecast from Brenden Butterbean Queen. I am not kidding you. What a cool name. Anyways, this is the first Gold Series Toyota Camry late model to be made. Let's go ahead and check it out. Brand new out of the box. And guys, I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't really know much about late model racing, except I love the paint schemes, man. Late model cars are so freaking cool. And what a awesome looking paint scheme. Very retro. It's white and pink, which I think is a very underrated color combination. Then you have the pixelated arcade style numbers, right? And then you got the little doggo over here. That is just so cool, man. What an awesome livery. And then you got, like, I don't know, 15 to 20 contingency sponsors. I mean, that is Winston Cup era right there. I mean, my goodness. A lot of old school vibes of this paint scheme. It's got this car made here. I have no idea what series it runs. Is it Cars Tour? Is it something else? I have no earthly idea. Again, I don't follow late model racing. I'll be honest with you. But I do the diecast reviews on them because I think they're cool. And let's go ahead and dive into it. So you don't have like a series banner or anything here. It just says number 3 or 03. You got Leaf. Is it Leaf? Leaf? I don't know. Cars.com. Got BRC right there. Go to the front of the diecast. And again, that Toyota Camry front end. It's so cool to see like Toyota Camry late models. I don't know why, but it's just something cool about that. I think this is based off the 2017 to 2021 style Toyota Camry, or technically 2023 because the Gen 7 cars had that adaptation. But anyways, the way the front grille styling is, that's what it reminds me of. Got a giant number 03 on the front end. Then you have kind of these really cool shapes with the pink and the green. Really, really cool stuff. And then you go over to the left side of the diecast. We're going to zoom in a little bit here. And you want to know why this car makes me feel really old? When we're in a time right now where, like, pixelated numbers and, like, sometimes you'll go to, like, some of these filters and stuff, and they'll have, like, PS2 graphics filters, and I'm like, when did this stuff become old? Like, I remember still as a kid playing PlayStation 2, and I'm like, the graphics are actually pretty good. And I'll go back and play some of them PS2 games, and I'm like, they're actually pretty good. Like Gran Turismo 4, really good graphics. I still think GTA San Andreas, really good graphics, right? Kingdom Hearts, X, Y, and Z. But it's just kind of interesting how, like, all the stuff from, like, the 2000s, the pixelated stuff from the 90s and everything is, like, all quote-unquote old now. Which makes me feel really, really old. So that's what it kind of reminds me of when I see pixelated numbers. It's kind of making me feel old. So you got Brenden Butterbean Queen right there. I like the blue and the pink. That looks really cool. I mean, there's a lot to like with this paint scheme. I like the doggo chilling there on the side. Got bestrepair.net. Lee something. Lee, I don't even know what the biff is. I can barely read that. Something performance, I think. Go to the back end of the car. www.bestrepair.net. Got Mincy's. Is that how you pronounce it? Graphics? I have no idea. It's a cool paint scheme. I like the black spoiler as well. That's a super tough spoiler to paint because you have like this jagged bottom to it. Great job with Lionel painting that. Got 03. Of course, pick this one up for our good friends at Circle B Diecast. You can too, fellas. See if it's in stock. I would not be surprised. This is one of the more popular late model releases. He has a lot of fans. So don't be surprised this one's sold out. But if it's not, pick it up, guys. You can use promo code Diecastbuffet if you want to save on shipping. Highly recommend it, guys. The top of the car, and I like this as well, the inverted color palette. You have the pink numbers on the top, white numbers on the door, and then you also have the roof number that's kind of out of slant with the pixelated styling. Technically, the door numbers are as well, but it's a little bit more prominent on the roof. Really cool stuff. Then you have Mincy's graphics once again. And the official name for this car, I'm going to show the little box tag here. It's the Leith Cars or LeithCars.com Best Repair Company 2024 Camry. What a name for a sponsor. You know, like, you look at like a Jimmy Johnson car from a decade ago, it just says Lowe's, right? It's simple. And this one has like 3 different vehicles worth of sponsorship on it. That's pretty cool. So, anyways, out of all the late model diecasts that have been released, and I've done a review on all of them except for the Eric Jones, which I think is in like NASCAR Authentics Wave 5 or Wave 6. Yeah, good luck finding NASCAR Authentics diecast. I wish I could find them. Oh, I just noticed the Hoosier decals have purple. That is dope. I like that. Anyways, this is probably the coolest one. I really like the Rackley War paint scheme, and then naturally the Dale Jr. ones are really cool as well. I tell you what, though, the Budweiser late model, when that joint drops, look, I'm just going to go ahead and say it here. If you have not pre-ordered that diecast, I don't know how many they're making of it. They might overproduce it till the cows come home. I'm just saying, don't be surprised it sells out, right? Pre-order it, okay? That's already one of the hottest diecasts from last year. So, make sure to pre-order that late model diecast, the Dale Jr. Budweiser late model. That thing is going to sell. Wow. Anyways, just awesome looking paint scheme. One of my favorite late models to be made, and with it being a Toyota, it just kind of, I don't know, all the other ones that have been made are mostly Chevrolet, or we had like a couple Fords. At least one of them is. This one's so different. Awesome stuff. So that's it for today's diecast review. If you are maybe a late model fan and you're watching this video, I do NASCAR diecast reviews mostly, and I'll show a couple NASCAR diecasts in this video. I like to do the late model reviews because I just think they're cool. They're made by Lionel, so it's pretty consistent in terms of manufacturing to like the NASCAR diecasts, and I just find them interesting. Plus, a lot of the NASCAR drivers, they'll hop over and do late model racing. And naturally, a lot of late model racing drivers are actually hopping into the Cup Series. One thing I would love to see is a proper Whelen Modified 164 diecast made. I know the Whelen Modified Tour might not have, the same popularity or a large cast of drivers maybe to be able to have a lot of diecasts made, but I would love to see an accurate 164 made. That would be really, really cool. Who knows? Maybe in the future they will. They made the truck mold. A lot of people never expected a truck diecast mold to be made. That was, it was like a decade between the molds. It was like 2005, 2006, and then they didn't make a new mold until like 2018, right? The late model diecast. They've made similar late model diecasts, but there's a reason why they were using the Gen 4 07 Monte Carlo, right? They were using literally this mold. I'm going to show it real quick. This mold to make their late model diecasts. I know to like a casual that looks pretty similar, but I mean, if you really look at it, there's a lot of differences. Like a 2002 Pontiac actually looks pretty darn similar to this, right? You have the bulky back end and that long snout in the front. Other than that, they're pretty different. But at the same time, I don't know. I still I still remember seeing the Dale Jr. late model made on the Gen 4 Monte Carlo, and I'm just like, oh, and it had the Camaro badging. I'm so glad they fixed that and made it on this accurate diecast mold. So W Lionel for that. That is all for now. Have a blessed one. Diecast Buffet. Signing off.